If you're just getting up with us this morning, we start with breaking news out of the South Bay. Right now, a police shooting investigation is underway in National City.
News 8's Evan Irani is live near 33rd Street and Hoover Avenue now with the latest update on what's happening there, Evan.
Yeah, good morning to both of you, Stella and Eric. That's right. We're on the scene right now, as you mentioned, 33rd and Hoover. What we know right now is still pretty limited, but we do know that this call came in just about around 4:30 this morning, so about an hour and a half ago. You can see police vehicles still behind me and the police tape blocking off a good portion of this road here. Now, what we know from the audio with police is that there was some sort of altercation that took place behind us with a man that led to police deploying a taser. Shortly after that, shots were fired at what seems to be this suspect. Officers performed CPR on that man, but we are, of course, still waiting more details on what exactly led to the altercation, how officers were involved exactly, and as well as what has become of this man. As I mentioned, though, we still have these roads blocked off behind us on 33rd and Hoover. There are still likely more officers coming to arrive, detectives that are going to arrive to investigate this scene, as it did take place just shortly ago, about an hour and a half ago. So we are still going to be awaiting more details. We'll be here this morning, but we do believe that that took place again about an hour and a half ago, and that those officers did in fact deploy a taser, according to that audio with police, as well as shots fired by police. So we are, again, going to be continuing to stay on the scene, awaiting more details. We'll bring them to you as they come. From National City, I'm Evan Irani, News 8.
Evan, thank you. Our other top story this morning, the rain has arrived for the second time this week. Let's go ahead and take a look at the video from the South Bay. This is along the 805 coming from National City. Slick roads this morning. Give yourself some extra time. You're going to need it because, as we know, when the rain comes down, it gets a little interesting on the roadways.
It's a little dicey out there. Here's another look at the storm. This is from Kearney Mesa here. You can see the rain coming down, you know, at a decent clip here. Nothing like we saw earlier this week, but there is some ponding on the roadways, so give yourself a little extra time. Let's check in with Netta now and see where the storm is now and where it's headed.
Well, I will tell you right now that North County, you are getting the brunt of it at this hour. So I don't know if that's lucky for you or not so much. But of course, we could use the moisture. The plants are happy. This is the second storm in this week since the month of October began. So we're already above average. And then this is where this line of green is. That's right for Oceanside. For Carlsbad, you were getting some of that rain. It's let up for you. But you see right here, it's starting to die down a little, but there's more out in the ocean that's headed your way. So North County, there you go. You are going to be dealing with the most of this rain, at least over the next, I would say, 30 minutes. Here we are looking at Fallbrook, where it's coming in pretty good. Bonsall as well. But Rancho Bernardo, Poway, Del Mar, it is all simmered down for you. So it looks like all you're seeing right now would be some clouds. It's cool out there, a little gusty as well with the west winds coming through. All because of this atmospheric moisture, this atmospheric river. It's a weak one. I'll time it out for you, let you know when it's all going to let up here in just a moment. Let's get you caught up on the traffic. As you guys were mentioning, when it does get slick out there, we tend to see a lot of activity, and look at all of these icons. So quite a few, but I want to just get to one of the major ones here, especially right there in the middle of San Diego. This is on the 15, just near the 5 where that comes together. Ocean View Boulevard, reports of a truck and a car that had crashed, and then another couple cars were trying to swerve to avoid hitting that scene, and that turned into this major backup. So right-hand shoulder is blocked, left-hand shoulder blocked as well because of a couple incidents that were all a result of that initial crash. So this was just in the past few minutes, but look, it's all in the red. You're going to want to avoid going down the 15 southbound in the South Park area. Perhaps take the 805 if you can, or the 5, which is close by. This crash on 805 and H Street does not appear to be causing any backup, and that one happened about 30 minutes or so ago. A couple more things I'll get to up in North County here coming up in just a few minutes. Eric.
We want to see the weather where you live inside the News 8 app. We've got a new feature on the bottom right called Near Me. Send us that video, the photos of what's going on in your neighborhood. You just tap the Share With Us button on the top, answer a few questions, and a pin will drop up in a matter of moments. Want to see how it's coming down where you live. Share that with us. Right now, our county is on alert as we are preparing for the possibility of oil heading our way.
Yeah, this comes as the investigation continues into a pipeline rupture in Orange County. News 8's Chris Groh is live in Oceanside, where some tar balls have washed up. Chris, they're still trying to figure out if those tar balls are related, right?
Exactly, because there were tar balls found here in Oceanside, reports of tar balls found in Encinitas. in Del Mar and other North County beaches. But county and the health experts are still trying to determine whether or not this is actually from the Orange County oil spill.
And we immediately requested the shoreline assessment teams. They were deployed. We should know soon. And if it is tied back to the Orange County spill, which I think is highly likely, at that point we would declare a state of emergency.
Now, as for the county's response, in terms of what they are doing, again, because they do believe that this could be tied to that Orange County spill, they've already started to deploy boom barriers in bodies of water up in the North County to stop oil and tar balls from spreading. There are also crews in the air flying to get a bird's eye view. They say that they see that sheen on the water, that oil sheen, that slick stuff, still about 5 miles offshore and north of San Onofre. But again, what we're also paying attention to right now, especially meteorologists, is the fact that they are seeing a lot of strong winds, and right now especially, as well as currents, and what that could drag that oil down to us, especially in the forecast moving forward in the week. Now, as for if you do see a tar ball, whether or not it's from Orange County, don't touch it. Report it to the lifeguard or whoever their type of first responders may be around you. But if you do come into contact with them, they can be especially harmful for some sensitive individuals. But if you don't have prolonged contact with it, you shouldn't be too worried. But the best thing to do, use soap and water to make sure that you clean whatever area, whatever part of your body, your hands, come into contact with those tar balls. Eric and Stella.
Chris, thank you so much for that. Today, some San Diego businesses are set to speak out against any potential COVID vaccine mandate.
Yeah, this comes after the city of Los Angeles passed a mandate requiring proof of vaccination or a negative COVID test to enter most public places in LA come the end of November. Now, some business owners here say they will not comply if a similar mandate goes into effect in San Diego. So they're holding a media conference later this morning to voice their opposition should this happen here. Meanwhile, county leaders have said for now San Diego is not headed toward a mandate, citing higher vaccination numbers than other regions. And this just in, the economy grew by just 194,000 jobs in September. That number is much weaker than what experts had predicted. On the bright side, though, the Labor Department says the nation's unemployment rate fell to 4.8%.
And let's go ahead and check in with Detta now for a look at our forecast on this Friday. I know you're super busy in the Weather Center. You said we would get some rain. We're getting it. Now the big question is, how long will it stick around?
But, you know, at least this is just an early morning incident, but rain event, I should say, because, you know, that will leave your afternoon a lot clearer. We're not going to notice as much rainfall. So we are noticing, of course, the bulk of it in North County right now. So let's get to our satellite radar and show you what's going on, because there's plenty of green coming through, but mainly in Oceanside at the moment. And look what's happening out in the water. There's more water coming your way, so it has not let up for you. As you see, a lot of San Diego right now, it's clear, just a few areas of light spotty drizzle, except right here. So this is our trouble spot for you in Oceanside, Carlsbad. Then Encinitas, I bet this is headed your way as well. So you can see that motion. It's going from the west to the east, and a little bit of that northerly flow as well. So heavier band coming right in. Oceanside, you're about to get dumped on again. I know it has not let up for you really over the past hour, so there's more. More out in the ocean means it's coming your way along the coast first, and then it'll move inland, of course. Here we are noticing just a few pockets of some really light, minimal stuff. But, you know, throughout the morning hours, I will say now until about 10 o'clock this morning, you may still notice some of that lighter, scattered shower activity if you're not in North County. So for South Bay, East County, you still may notice it. It's not over quite yet. Here's that line of moisture. This is this very weak atmospheric river. It literally looks like a river in the clouds in the upper levels of the atmosphere. So there's decent amount of rain that comes with these, but what's going to happen is this low is going to dive in and cut this off. So you'll see that right here. It's going to push it a little south and then literally shut off the hose of water. And that's why this is mainly a morning event. So let's take you through hourly, where you can see the green lighting up rather through now until about 7:30 this morning. And then by 8 o'clock, you'll still notice it. it, especially places like downtown, South Bay, where you have not seen much rain. That's when it might pick up for you. And then 10, 11 o'clock, a few areas, just pockets of light activity. But after that, it should be fine. What we're going to see and feel will be the cooler conditions. In fact, right now it's 65 degrees. Downtown San Diego under cloudy skies, and your afternoon high is not far from that, 68. That's all we're going to get up to today. So in the 60s for most of San Diego. Now let's show you what's happening. Because of the rain, we do tend to see more activity. Usually at this hour, Jenny's here talking about how calm things are, but that's not the case this morning, unfortunately. So let's show you what's happening. A few incidents here through downtown San Diego. This just popped up, but I want to show you this one first because this is causing significant backup. You see the areas in red, basically stop and go traffic right there. So this is the 15 southbound at Ocean View Boulevard, headed right towards the 5. That's where there was a crash, and it looks like another crash happened as two vehicles tried to avoid the initial one. So that's why they're dealing with a couple incidents there. This one just moments ago popping up on Adams Avenue at Florida Street. It does not appear to be slowing you down too much. And then taking you further up north where we did see some heavier rain. As soon as we saw the rain, we saw these incidents popping up. So it does all time out, showing that the slick roads are causing these issues. On the 15 northbound just before the 76, and we're already noticing some minor slowing because of that. Here's another crash on the 13 Vista Way, that is, at Gopher Canyon Road. And then this one right here on the 15 southbound at Deer Springs Road.